Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. This defense for the Dolphins, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Chubb on the counter. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, Kai just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Off of play action, it's Watson. On the move to his left. That's out to Chubb, complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night?
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here at their own 33. They go play action here on 1st down. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 42-yard line. The football, and this is picked up by the Browns, and his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. So a rocky start on both sides offensively. Turnovers exchanged.
I saw what you did there.
What'd I do? Rocky. 2 Rockies.
I saw that. I got it. And and right now they're carrying it around like they are wearing boxing gloves. If we're gonna have that kind of a reference, they've got to get it together and start playing a little bit better ball.
Following the fumble recovery, Watson. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I spotted man coverage on the outside. I expect we'll see a lot of that from this defense as this game moves on. And that was a good job there as that one was knocked away.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson. Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz. And getting this just shy of midfield. At the 49. A gain of 14. And the Browns first down. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync as we're seeing so far, where that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
That one good for 20 on the catch and run. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. From the red zone now, Watson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb with career touchdown number 70. And the Browns take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This taken in at the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best and don't worry about the rest of it.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's got a man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one good for 37 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Back to throw. Nance. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. That'll go for a gain of 7. And it's 2nd down. The Dolphins at 4-3, a game over 500. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A very solid gain of 27.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Back to throw again. Being chased out left. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
This is where good coaching and execution come into play because down this close, you absolutely don't want to turn it over. Good job keeping that in mind as he escaped, bought time, and decided throwing it away was his best option.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It's a loss of 4. Brings up 3rd and goal. Down. 6-0 our score after 1. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
They made a nice effort to stick it with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a home treat it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Fields it right around the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Browns drive about to get started. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
48 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop?
Oh, Chubb fumbled it. And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. They'll try the air now with Watson. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Watson to Njoku there for the Cleveland first. Now Watson. He gets this to Butler. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A well-executed 22-yard gain. To throw is Watson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal. Chubb. Looking for a signal, but none forthcoming. They stopped him shy of the goal line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
How about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield, and spills the play.
And he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that. 2nd down and goal. Watson. Njoku pulls this one in. He's got it for a Cleveland touchdown. A great play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And they are able to add on to their advantage. This time, the extra point up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Okay, right. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them, but go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, they get to heal up after that. You've got to think that's an ideal setup and a worthy goal to play for in this one.
A good gain on 1st has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Off play action. Nance. Open man downfield is Waddle. He's got it. And he'll have it past midfield, almost to the 40, before being taken down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Nance. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Connor. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. Operating from the gun. Nance. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Breaking through to drop him. That's Perrion Winfrey. And Charles, they only needed a yard there. They try to pass the football. What do you think?
Well, I can't really go all out and kill them for the call, because that 3rd and 1 fake and throw it over the top for a big play, that often does work. But in this situation, the pressure got to him.
So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. At least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue, because you know after the sack there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
The Browns drive about to get started. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. Now, this looks like a roughing call. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Here's Watson. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And trouble trying the middle here. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. He's going to air one out. This is caught inside the 15. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. They'll run with Chubb, and he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
Well, the spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't it?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the 2nd score there. On 2nd and goal, Watson. Over the middle, it's complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks, because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there.
And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Deshaun Watson in the final seconds of the 1st half. And the Browns will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead now up to 14. Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Here we go.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. He'll get that one complete to Connor. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
Let's go. Fight, 97. Yellow.
A final shot before break. Nance, he finds his man, complete. That's Connor. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with a lead. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this third quarter. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback.
There he goes, right side. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
On first down, Watson. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Well, the touchdown a minute ago on offense got him back into it, and now the defense turns right around and forces the turnover.
And you and I both know if you're going to come from as far down as they have to, it's going to take both sides of the ball, maybe even the special teams, to get involved. And so far, they've done exactly that. Offense scores, defense does its job. They're making their move. As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
That's Cordero Patterson hauling it in. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first. Now a play fake here on first down. Caught out left side by Robinson. He's got room at the 30. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
A lot of times the key is just get him the ball and let him do his thing, and they got it out to him on the left side, and he did exactly that. Excellent run after the catch.
10 cycles. On the ball.
On first and 10, it's Robinson. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. The defense was ready for the run-pass option, diagnosed it perfectly.
Not only did they stack him up at the point of attack, but he was met by a host of light-colored jerseys.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down and 11. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Point after, right down the middle. And that will tie things at 20 all. Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away. Taken at the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Browns drive about to get started. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a first and 10. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up second. Up the middle, it's Chubb. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. Third and long.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Forced out to his left. And that is incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on third down.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. .51 yards on the punt there. And it'll be Dolphin football. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that brings up third and a full 10 yards.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That third down conversion good for 23. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, If you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
They'll look to throw again. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle, 48 yards. And the Dolphins have scored again in this third quarter, this time to move out in front. Point after up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They had that lead, looked pretty comfortable in the first half. Maybe got a little bit overconfident because that's gone now.
Almost takes us back to being kids, doesn't it? Because I know at some point your dad did the exact same thing mine did.
Okay.
It's okay to be confident, son, but overconfident, that's not a good thing. And that's maybe what we saw here. They thought they had this thing in hand, had full control, and guess what? They've got to find a way to get back to where they were before.
You think Papa Davis and Papa Gordon would get along?
I think they'd get along just fine. And you know something? They'd still be giving us advice.
Absolutely. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. Back now in Miami. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the fourth. Second and 9 now from the 21. They run it again with Chubb. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Anthony Schwartz, the intended target. And now it's second down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. And that is taken in by Njoku. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. There he goes, left side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
And now the kick is blocked. That's a live ball scooped up by the offense. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
And he returns this to the 22. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And they've seen their lead nearly extinguished after that last score, but bottom line, they are still on top with the football, and a touchdown on this drive would really put them in position A. Finding space at the 40, and he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, fourth quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. And he'll be brought down right on the 50, a gain of 3.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And his throw here's incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to get the lead up to 4. And this one is right through. Charles, a new NFL record, 67 yards. There has never been one converted from that distance until this very moment. Unbelievable. Congratulations to him.
And, partner, there's no way you or I woke up today thinking, hey, we might see a 67-yard field goal made, let alone attempted. Congratulations. Great job. And remember, it all starts getting that kick away, because often it starts low. Usually that's when it can be tipped. Not in this case, a new NFL record.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. They give the Chubb out of the gun. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. 143 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Watson off play action. Out to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I usually hesitate when I say a guy's got world-class speed, but this guy might. So let's fire the starter's pistol. Let's go. If you've got him, you've got to try and use him. A lot of anticipation with the ball in the air, but no, incomplete.
They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And out will come the offense as they take over. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Martin Emerson. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides, so I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
So it's my kind of game. You know that. Anytime we have a defensive battle, but that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play, and the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they have to try and move past that pick six because now they're dealing with a fourth quarter deficit. And they need this drive to end in points. Now here's a pass on first down. It's knocked away and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read a receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Operating from the gun. Nance. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Tony Field, he's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
Second down, here's Chubb again. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. 158 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. And again, it's Chubb. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. And his defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Following that sack, Watson and the Browns backed up for a 3rd and long. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
There is something to a game plan. We're trying to keep a defense honest. When the guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try to throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. He'll look to throw. Pass complete to Robinson, and he's able to get up here to the 26.
Just too many short underneath throws. They've got to get the ball downfield.
And in a hurry. Back to throw. He's got it complete to Waddle. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Second and 10. Back to throw. Able to connect with Chark. And they're going to get another first down here up in midfield. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield of man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll look to throw. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feed down complete. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. And this kick is not gonna get there. It's short and no good. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3.
We so often think of these kickers as automatic at any distance, and it's just not the case, because when you start talking about 50-plus yards, it's still a tough one to connect on. This one ends up no good, and that should put to rest any chance of this game getting to overtime.
Well, this ball game was close throughout. Remember, it was neck and neck at intermission, neck and neck at the end, but a great job to come in here in a tough environment, Charles, and get the victory.
Yeah, tough environment indeed. How about all the people we can hear shouting from their seats right below us, partner? They weren't real happy that their team didn't keep the home field. How about how these visitors came in, calm every step of the way, even with all the pressure, and found a way to get out of here with a win.
So for the Browns, they move back over 500 now at 4-3. Now they'll have a few